When the power goes out in our house, probably the first thing that most people do is check their smartphone to see how much power they have to make it through the rest of the day. I think it's probably a huge understatement to say that these little things are what we rely on the most as a form of communication, entertainment, and just to be connected to the outside world. Unfortunately, even if you have a power bank like this that can provide 2 to 3 charges to a smartphone, it's probably not enough if you have a whole family that's relying on you to make sure that their devices are charged as well. And that's even before you consider turning on the lights. Fortunately, a product like this one is built specifically for situations like these, giving you more than enough power to charge all of your family's smartphones, tablets, and laptops, and even have enough power left over to do a whole lot more. Let's take a look. This is the Anker F2000 power station. The general industry term for a product like this is a solar generator, since it can be used as a replacement for a traditional gas generator, but it also has a massive internal battery that can be charged by a regular wall outlet or solar panels. When you see something this big though, it's really hard to comprehend just how much power the F2000 can store. So let's break it down a little bit so that you can understand. Inside, you'll find 2,048 watt-hour capacity LFP batteries that are rated to 3,000 full charge cycles. If you're not sure what you can do with 2,048 watt-hours of battery, it can essentially charge your smartphones 100 times, run a microwave for 2 hours straight, or power a 50-inch TV for 10 to 12 hours. Any way you divide it up, that's a whole lot of power. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that this power station is light, because honestly, it's not. It weighs 35 pounds. Fortunately though, it has been designed with portability in mind, featuring 2 wheels on the back and then an extended suitcase handlebar, which makes it easy to pull around from room to room in your house. And the built-in handles do give you plenty of support when you do need to lift it up to go up the stairs or if you need to load it into your car. Now, I've been using the Anker SOLIX F2000 for just under a year now, and I've used it quite a bit, and a handful of times when there has been a power outage due to storms that pass through. We have a lot of older trees in our city, and I have to say they are beautiful, but they're unfortunately a hazard when it comes to storms, since the branches fall off and pull down the power lines, causing blackouts across the city. When the last storm rolled through, we had about 3 hours before it hit, which gave me plenty of time to check the status of the SOLIX F2000, since it had been about a month since I had plugged it in. With the battery level at 82%, I was able to plug it in and charge it all the way to 100 before the storm hit. Thanks to Anker's fast charging technology though, you can actually go from 0 to 80% in just 2 hours, which is incredibly impressive since I have other solar generators that take 3 to 5 hours to charge, and this one here is so much faster. One of my favorite features of this unit though is that it also works as a UPS, which means you can run your devices on pass-through power, but as soon as it detects that the power source has been cut off, it switches over to the internal batteries in just a few milliseconds. Since I work on videos like this one all the time, I like to make sure that my computer is always plugged in and ready to go, as is all of my camera equipment as well. Because honestly, you never know when the power in your house is going to be interrupted. But of course, this can be used for a whole lot more than just powering my desktop PC setup. In a power outage, being able to plug in lights or even keeping your fridge running is incredibly important. Even if you don't have any plug-in lights, the F2000 has its own adjustable built-in light right on the front, just to make sure that you always have a light source with you with the battery itself. With a total of 4 AC outlets on the front, you're not really limited when it comes to AC power, especially since you also have a 30 amp RV outlet, which is incredibly convenient if you own an RV and want to take this thing to power that RV when you're camping in the middle of nowhere. The unit also sports a built-in 2,400 watt inverter, which means you can pretty much run any home appliance that you want, including an air fryer, microwave, or even 2 air conditioners at once, which is pretty impressive. In our testing, we were easily able to make it through a full day with the Anker SOLIX F2000 to cook meals for our family in a microwave and an air fryer, while also keeping that fridge plugged in just to make sure that our food didn't go bad until the power in the house came back on. Of course, since we never really know how long a power outage is going to last, I always recommend simply charge the essentials, which means you should be able to get the solar generator to last you 2 to maybe even 5 days, depending on how much power you're using. But Anker does have the option to charge this unit with solar panels as well, with a 1,000 watt solar charge controller that's built in. Now, I've used it with a 200 watt solar panel, which over the course of a full day managed to deliver 1,000 watt hours back to the battery. But if you do have 2 or 3 of these 200-watt solar panels, you'd be able to easily charge the battery completely in a day, especially if you have clear skies. Or you can simply buy Anker's add-on battery that goes with the F2000 that'll double the capacity of the entire unit. Now, I'll be the first one to admit that products like the Anker SOLIX F2000 aren't exactly cheap. As I've shown though, this thing can handle a lot, and as such, it's priced accordingly. The price listed on Anker's website is $1,999, which is pretty much in line with the usual $1 per watt-hour capacity that we've seen across the industry, even when looking at similar products from the competition. While the price is fair when you consider the overall power of this system and the built-in 2,400-watt inverter, 5-year warranty that Anker gives you, and 3,000 charge cycles for those lithium ion phosphate cells, Anker's decided to offer a massive $450 discount on the SOLIX F2000 in preparation for October's Prime Day promotion. This $450 discount will last until October 9th, and if you are looking to pick up one of the bundles that come with the additional battery or the solar panels, you can save up to $1,200, which is up to 24% off the total price. For more details, be sure to check out the link in the video description below. If you do live in an area where storms cause power outages on a regular basis, I definitely recommend you check out the Anker SOLIX F2000. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.